Hello and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Anthony Kraus, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you have joined us for the Clean Energy Metals Conference. Our next presentation is from Volt Lithium. Please note, you can submit questions for the presenter in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I am very pleased to welcome Alex Wiley, President and Chief Executive Officer of Volt Lithium, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol VLTLF and on the TSXV under the symbol VLT. Welcome, Alex.
Well, thank you for the introduction. As mentioned, I'm Alex Wiley. I'm the President and CEO of Volt Lithium. And what I'll do today is just present Volt, give a sense of who we are, what we're doing, and what we're trying to accomplish. So Volt Lithium, at a glance, is what we've done at Volt Lithium is we have a proven and proprietary lithium extraction technology to extract lithium from oil field brines across North America. So what we've done at Volt, we developed our proprietary media to extract the lithium. We had our breakthrough in 2022. What we started with Volt is we started chemistry first to make sure that we could extract the lithium from the brine. And then in the last couple of years, we focused on really on the engineering side to get ourselves into operations. Recently, we announced a strategic investment from our partner. They're based in the Delaware Basin in Texas. And from that, what we've done as a business is over the last few months, what we've been doing is we've been building out our first field unit. We've deployed our first field unit. It is about to start function testing and operating in the Delaware Basin in Texas. And the plan is to commence operations towards the end of Q3 and into Q4. And our plan is to start our lithium production as we move into the latter part of the year. At Volt, what we've done from a business perspective is we developed our field simulation center that's based in Calgary, Alberta. And what that really is, it's our research and development facility to allow us to build and innovate and get ourselves ready for our operations. The first field unit that we built and manufactured was at our field simulation center, and then we've sent it down to the US to commence operations. A couple of the operational milestones that we've achieved this year. From the time when we received our strategic investment to our announcement this summer, we did 100 times scale up at our field simulation center. And that was a pretty significant achievement and milestone for the business. Scaling up to that level has allowed us to get ourselves into a position where we can start operations. Our processing time to extract our lithium is approximately 60 minutes, which is quite significant. What we want to do is we want to make sure that as we're processing our lithium, we want to do it as fast as possible so that we can maximize our efficiency for the business. And again, what we've done as a business, again, in terms of how our process works, we have a three-stage process. Really what we're trying to do is take brine that's produced as part of an oil field production. So when I look at how oil and gas is produced, you've got oil, which is, for every barrel of oil in the Permian Basin where we are, there's about 4 barrels of water. What we have to do is separate the oil from the producer separates for the oil from the water. Before they sell their oil, they have to get rid of the water. We take that water, we treat it, we do lithium, we do the extraction of the lithium, and then ultimately what we're doing is creating battery grade metal from the lithium in the brine. So where are we in the business? So our first operations are going to be starting in West Texas in the Delaware Basin. As I said, we have our field unit that's already deployed, and we're in function testing as we speak. The reason why we're in West Texas is because of the amount of production that's happening. So I look at production from the oil and gas industry from a water perspective. And in the Permian Basin alone, of which the Delaware Basin is a subset, it's producing 19 million barrels of water a day. And that's really significant because in terms of lithium production and lithium extraction from the water, we need volume. That's the key in my mind in terms of how you can build a scalable business. By having that amount of production, we can really scale up our operations from a lithium extraction perspective. The concentrations of the lithium in the water is low. However, that doesn't bother us. We've been built our business around extracting really low concentration lithium from brines. And as I said, we had our breakthrough in 2022, and we've been building our business since. We've also been testing brines in other basins in the U.S. In particular, we're looking at the Bakken, Marcellus, and the Haynesville. Again, they're all pretty significant water producers. And again, the key for the business to scale is having the large amounts of water that we can do the lithium extraction from. In terms of what does it look like, and where are we trying to go, and how are we trying to scale? Where we're at right now is today our system's capable of producing about 1,250 barrels a day. As we scale up, we feel getting to 100,000 barrels a day it's a very doable operation. So when we scale from 1,250 up to 100,000 barrels a day, we're not going to be building a much bigger unit. What we're going to do is we're actually modularizing our system so that we're going to put multiple units in so we get to that 100,000 barrels a day. I would say the scale up that we have from here to get to that 100,000 barrels a day is we've probably got about another 5 to 10 times scale up. Based on where we've come from and what we've done in the last month, we feel that that's very doable. And just to go by way of background, from when we received a strategic investment in the spring of 2024 till July, we announced a 100 times scale up. From July to August, we announced another 2 times scale up. So we're now, at that 1,250 barrels a day. And so we see a clear path to get to 100,000 barrels a day. Why 100,000 barrels a day? Well, that's you're starting to get some pretty significant cash flow at that point. So depending on the grade, and I've given an example of a few different grades. On the low end, in the low 30s, and in the high end, 120. But when I think about Texas and where we're focused, it's really that low to medium case in terms of what we can do. So we believe getting to 100,000 barrels a day. On the low end, you're producing about 1,000 tons of lithium per year, and on the medium case, about 1,500 tons, which your cash flow is anywhere from 18 to 25 million dollars. We think that that's pretty significant in terms of the capex to get there. It'll take about 20 million. So it's a very doable project in what we're doing. And just maybe to step back a little bit about what is maybe a bit unique about Volt, and I'll just go back to the previous slide. To get to the volumes that we're talking about, again, 19 million barrels, that's some pretty significant production, but we see a scale up to get to very comfortable to 100,000, and then we see ourselves growing easily to 1 million to 2 million barrels over the next few years. Why that's significant? We've got the source of water there. What's a little bit different from Volt, as compared to a lot of other businesses, is our capex to get into business. So what we've done as a business strategy is we've decided that it's more effective to partner with the oil and gas industry as opposed to doing our own greenfield operation. And the reason being, one of the major reasons is because the infrastructure is in place. And that's a really big deal. So when I look at ourselves and what we have to do to get ourselves in business, really what we're doing is we're taking water that's already being produced and already being disposed of, and we're taking it just before it's being disposed of into the reservoir to do our lithium extraction. So we don't have to spend a whole bunch of capex drilling wells, creating infrastructure to get ourselves in this position where we can produce. We just partner with the oil and gas industry to do our production. So in terms of what does it look like as we start to scale up, I've given just a few different examples of what our cash flow looks like as we grow. Again, at 100,000 barrels a day, you're cash flowing in just $20 million. However, as we start to grow and really build a business, our cash flow really gets significant. So at 500,000 barrels a day, we show quite a bit of growth in our cash flow. 1 million to 2 million, we start to get some very significant cash flow as we start to build. So we see this as a very scalable business model. And again, it's very low capex relative to other players in the industry that need to do a whole bunch of drilling and infrastructure build before they can even get started. So our goal, we've been saying it since 2022, was we wanted to be in operations by late 2024, and we are on track to be in operations by late 2024. The field operation that we are in the Permian Basin, as I mentioned. We've deployed our field unit. Our plan is to go to battery grade metals in-house. We've got our system for our crystallizer, our concentrator crystallizer. We've got that at our field set, at our R&D center in Calgary. So we're positioned to start not only producing in the field, but also start to make battery grade metal where we see a real opportunity to start selling into the North American market. Again, when I look at lithium production around the world today, about 80% of lithium is refined in China. We intend to break that, and our plan is to be doing production and refining, which is upgrading through our crystallizer in America and selling to American companies. We think that that's going to be very significant. The market, there really isn't any lithium production today in the U.S. There's a lot of talk about projects getting off the ground. There's talk about production starting late 2020s, 2028, 29. However, we're going to be in production this year, so we want to have a leg up and really get started scaling our business in the field. This is just a bit of our operational process of what we've been doing. Again, we've gone through a multi-stage process to get ourselves into lithium production. We are at stage 4 today. We have, as I said, we have got everything in place, the units in the field, and we're about to start our production up. Commitment to sustainability. This is, for us, is really important. What we do as a business is we really don't do any environmental damage. We're not, as I said, we're not drilling new wells. We're using existing infrastructure, and we're not creating new pipelines or anything. So we feel that we've got a very clean business in terms of what we're doing. Our process to do the lithium extraction takes about an hour in total, and so which we think is significant, so that we get water, we extract lithium, we give it back to the producer, they dispose of it safely, and so our environmental footprint is minimal. In terms of work we're doing, we're very supportive of working with First Nations and groups and partnering with oil and gas operators. The team, we've been building out the team quite a bit over the last year. We are fully functional. This is the senior leadership part of the team, but the team has been fully built out from an operational perspective and manufacturing perspective as well. We've got a strong board, diverse board, which has really helped us from a governance perspective in our business. Again, key differentiators, we've talked a little bit about it as through the presentation, but really the most important thing I think for us is we're really focused on using infrastructure in place, using water that's already in place, and building our business out from there. And so I guess, in summary, what Volt is, as I said, we are a lithium extraction company. We're using our proprietary technology to do our lithium extraction, and we're in the process of building our business. It's a very straightforward business. As we go into operations, we're going to be taking brine that's already producing today. We're going to extract the lithium. We're going to create our battery grade metal. We're going to start selling our product as we move into late 2024 and 2025. So our plan is to get into operations. We see significant scale in the U.S. in terms of being our growth path. The industry, what we see in total, is capable of producing about 350,000 tons per year domestically, which will solve a lot of the issues in terms of having safe, reliable supply of lithium in the U.S. And so we're very focused on what we're doing as a business, and we're about to go into operations. So for now, that's about what we're doing as a business and our strategy and our plan. And if there's any questions, happy to take some questions. Well, I wanted to thank everybody for their time today. And again, Volt Lithium is as I said, an early stage business. We are located in Canada. We're starting our operations in Texas, and we're about to go into business. So I wanted to thank you for your time today. And that's where we're at. So thank you.